The best of the morning to you. This is Monday with Friday, preparing you for a better week ahead. I got myself in trouble last week with a friend. Without naming the person, I referenced my concern on social media for persons like her who continue to refuse to take the COVID vaccines and who, like her, become sick or die. I went too far in what I said, and I regret it, but I grieve that too many people are needlessly dying from this disease, and livid that some so-called healthcare professionals are casting aspersions on the vaccines. Wicked politicians and entertainment personalities who'd have you think they are journalists have already added gallons of human blood to their hands. The choice of people who refuse to take the COVID vaccines, which they claim as their personal right and their slice of democracy, is having a monumental negative impact on the lives of millions of others who did due diligence to take the blinking vaccine, thereby making it no longer personal. I'm outraged by people who see their choices as having nothing to do with the rest of us or having no impact on the rest of us. Maybe they should go build their own roads, don't use the ones the rest of us built to get themselves to the hospitals, or make their own cars, or their own ambulances, or generate their own electricity, or build their own hospitals, and pay the full cost of their healthcare, and don't ride on the hefty insurance bills and taxes the rest of us pay to defray their costs. People who think about life in this narrow, self-centered, blinkered, and myopic way are a danger to themselves and a danger to the rest of us. That the vast majority of persons who are dying from the COVID virus are unvaccinated is one thing. That hospitalizations are up all over America and breakthrough infections are growing means that unvaccinated folks have begun to affect vaccinated people. When people's irresponsible choices begin to threaten everybody else's health, the tide has shifted. When their adamant, belligerent, stubborn, know-it-all, conspiracy theory-inspired, rubbish claims and choices begin to make other people sick, meaning you and me, those people lose the argument about this simply being their business. Imagine you're in a boat in the ocean with 99 other people, and the boat springs a leak. There's a mathematician on board who measures the rate of water intake and the distance from shore. She determines that if each person with 1 cup in each hand bails out 10 cups of water per minute, the boat would reach the shore safely. But suppose 20 persons folded their arms and said, "No way, we didn't come on this boat to bail water. It's our democratic right not to do it." Those 20 persons and their rights are going to the same funeral that they and the 80 others shall attend, for all shall drown. This is the missing consideration when people dig into their rights with no thought for communal implications. Now, what would be laughable if it were not so dangerous is people who have no training in science, no abilities in technical analysis, no track record in good judgment, or even any demonstrable acumen in logical thinking, who dare to refute scientists and others who have painstakingly examined scores of documents and sources to ferret out truth, and who have indeed arrived at truth that the vaccines are reliable and we should all take them for the safety and well-being of all. What is even more dangerous is people who do have training and exposure to disciplines that ought to enable them to do that analysis, make those good judgments, and apply logic, fail to do it due to fear, which they'll never admit is fear, or due to political moorings, or due to some delusion of grandeur, where they claim they hear God telling them not to take the vaccine. Any God who tells you to do something that harms you and then harms the rest of us is a wicked God created in your own defective mind, not the benevolent creator that other people of faith worship. People who are driven by some god they think tells them to do stupid things to themselves are dangerous people who shall do wicked things to others, whether intentionally or unintentionally. The unintentional ones are particularly dangerous, for they sneak up on you from people who'd eat, sleep, smile, work with you. Some even dare to say that they worship Jesus, a man who sacrificed himself and gave up his rights so that others might live. Some of those people who lay claim to faith would be the 20 people on the boat who refused to bail out water and who, when the boat began to sink, started praying, saying that their faith and their God would save them. Late last week, on the same day their amazing women won Olympic gold for the 4x100 meter relay, Jamaica celebrated her 59th independence anniversary. Whatever nationality we might be, we should all pray a couple of lines in the prayer ensconced in Jamaica's national anthem. Teach us true respect for all. Stir response to duty's call. Strengthen us the weak to cherish. Give us vision lest we perish. We who do not take a vaccine during a pandemic, who have taken a vaccine for yellow fever or measles or smallpox, or even take an aspirin or cold medicine, are neither wise nor, in relation to our duty to our fellow men, honest or godly, and we are woefully blind. This is my 53rd episode of Monday with Friday. Thanks for staying with me for a year and a week. I'm taking a break the next 2 weeks. I am Michael Friday, and if you just take the vaccine, please, all of us will have a better week ahead. I'll see you again on Monday, the 30th of August. Careful Monday, all the way to Friday.